Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!
And that might be the knockout punch.
All right, y'all. Greetings and salutations. Another episode of Fangs up here. And man, it's been it's been a weekend. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If you have not heard, I got the news like a lot of y'all did about our dear friend Kofi, Kofi Hemingway. If you're not familiar or not aware, he has passed, and it's one of the voices of the Rattlers. Also a member of the ONG Strike Zone, and all around good dude, man. So we'll have a little bit of the end of this. We're gonna go inside the den, Kofi, and we'll talk about my interactions with Kofi. They're always positive, and some of them got me in no trouble, but in places I didn't think I would be. But first, let's give a big shout out to HBCU Digital Network. This is home. Herb Seward and the Black Techies, check them out. And Herb, I missed your request by like a few minutes for the basketball space. Try and do a little something. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm in my last like day of this extracurricular class that I'm taking through FAMU. So I'm gonna see. Let's see if they want to sponsor somebody. Me. But that being stated, man, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Man, FAMU track. Yeah, man. We came away. I told y'all we already had a first place finish on Thursday. Well, we got two more. So Lauren Hall, 100 meters. She finished in first place. Also, Jaden Sanford, 110 hurdles, and Forrest Booker, triple jump. So look, y'all, FAMU track, you're turning the corner. If you look at what it was last year and you compare this year to that year, you see a lot of growth. And if y'all haven't seen or noticed, I'm all about the growth. I want a program that's developing and that's becoming more than what it is. That is the goal. And I definitely was able to see some of us. We're talking about some of the spaces about, hey, should the HBCUs do their own tournaments and things of that nature? I don't disagree with you, but I do. And the reason I do disagree because I feel like overall we have to have a better brand of ball. And I think that's something that all fans would say, but I especially feel like some of us especially would say that. So but hey, we got some first place finishes, and this looks like it might be a better season than it was last year. If you don't remember, we only had like really two-star track athletes. One of them transfers. He goes to Mississippi Valley State. The other one, she was our only person that went to NCAAs. So that's again, it's showing some growth, but it's also showing the difference when you got a full-time coach now. And this coach got a little bit of hardware. Like he was controversial, but he's quietly kind of done his thing. So kudos to him. And good job by that part. Now, FAMU baseball. I don't know what happened to the game today. We had a doubleheader yesterday against Mississippi Valley State. We won both those games. That's what you need to do. You need to beat those teams. There's no nice way of saying that. You don't want to talk ill of Valley because at a certain point they are the team that everybody picks on. But at the same point, at certain points you got to be a bully. Like within the Southwestern Athletic Conference, there's no excuse for FAMU not to be one of the bullies of the conference. I mean, right now Jackson State's the bully. This is their yard. Look at women's basketball. They didn't win the conference tournament, but regular season, yeah, they were dominant. Football, they were dominant. I mean, that's a program that's doing a lot. And just look at their approach to different things. Yeah, it's different. And this is one where you needed that. We needed to be the bully in the schoolyard. and we got that. So I'm glad for that. I wanted to see that, and again, it was an 8-0 victory the first time. The second one was 18-2. Whew. I mean, it's nice. I'm sorry, like after losing all those leads, it's nice to sit up there and beat the mess out of somebody. Like that really doesn't sound right, but it's cathartic when you beat the hell out of somebody. I'm just saying, like after you done took some licks and licked your wounds, that's what you need to do. You're supposed to dominate the teams that are supposed to be dominated. There's no nice way around that. You can't cut it anyway but straight. We're supposed to dominate Valley in most sports. It's not, and it's not a slight to that program. They just don't have the resources you have. They're not in the place you're in. Itabena is not Tallahassee, and Tallahassee is not Itabena. And I'm not saying that as a person that's trying to throw a backhanded comment. I've been to Itabena. Those people are really nice. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's a very small rural area, but when you talk about some of the sweetest people I've ever met, man, the Delta has some of the nicest people I've ever met. But as far as recruiting wise, I can't recruit the same way at Valley as I can at FAMU. It's just a fact. It just is what it is. And so we have to exploit that. We have to take advantage of that. And we have to continue to build this program into a top 10 program. I mean, I said top 10. Within HBCUs, we're one of the quote unquote blue bloods, in my opinion. But across most sports, we should be fairly competitive. We should be the HBCU that transcends from only beating HBCUs to beating non-HBCU competition. I don't think that's a lot to ask for. I'm gonna keep it a beam with that. Now, softball, we lost the series to Mary's Children, and yeah, BCU beat us in the series. They won 2 games, we won 1. I didn't, and they were petty. I ain't gonna lie. Whoever's on their social media, you won that one. You got that one. Yeah, that was a nice comeback. Yeah, we don't need to stroll. We got the W. That was a good one. I can't even like fire back because y'all won. So you shut me up this time. But man, I am not gonna lie. That was one I wanted. I wanted to win that series because we lost game 1. Game 2, we beat them bad, 9-1. And then today's game, we lost that 8-3 at home. So you lost the home series, not what you want to do. So we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. But next week's gonna be some more fun. But now we do have FAMU tennis. FAMU tennis is dominating SWAC. Like, I'm sorry, I've been on this, and I purposely put them right before this little section here. But FAMU tennis is solid. Like I told you, I had some doubts. We beat Alabama State 4-2, undefeated in the SWAC. I'm just saying, it'd be great to get those facilities upgraded. And then spring football, y'all see the football jersey. Tuesday, the boys come back. Hope y'all are stretched out. Hope you got all the mamas cooking and y'all are on the way back to Tallahassee or already there. Cause ain't nothing good going on at 10 o'clock. I ain't gonna say what they used to tell us. My daddy ain't even tell me that one. But yeah, my dad would say ain't nothing going on at 10 o'clock. You need to be wherever you're gonna be at, and you need to stay there. But yeah, hopefully y'all are somewhere where you need to be, because otherwise, yeah, Tuesday might be a little rough. So, but that being stated, y'all, man, we're gonna go inside the gym real quick. And again, as mentioned, we lost a good Rattler, man. And I've been listening to the Rattler charge. I was trying to do a screen capture of it, and I was just like, I'm not in the headspace for it. So man, from the ONG strike zone, we did lose Kofi Hemingway. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. From the ONG gentlemen, I'm closest to Brian. Brian is the one that I'm the closest to and that I probably talked the most to. He was the first person I met from the group. After that, Kofi was the second, and then Kelvin. And not gonna lie to y'all, the first time I met Kofi, I was like, you don't look like you do on the TV. Kofi's tall. Like comparison to me, Kofi was fairly tall, and I mean, he had a persona about him. Like you met him, and he kind of lit up a room, and he would kind of come in, and I've seen him at several, well, two of the classics and a home game. And I did get a picture, but I didn't post it because he was cooking, and so he's kind of like bent over everything else. And I was like, I don't think I want to put a picture up there of my brother up here like cooking. Like that's just me. Um, but it was always cool, man. It was always fun. Like from the first time, I remember meeting Kofi at the Orange Blossom Classic, and we're down in Miami, and this is like my first official football game. Like before this, I had done the orange and green game. That was like my first like on campus, like kind of big event. Like before that, I did a soccer game, softball, but I was like, okay, this is like big time. And we're sitting in the press box, and Kofi comes down the stairs, and he's just handshaking, dapping, talking and everything else. And we're talking about the game and everything like that, and just kind of what we anticipated from this game, what we needed, what we saw from the previous year's game, and what it was like. And he was a resource. Like he was a huge resource during the game. He was the reason we knew why the band was leaving. Like so, Kofi's gone, and we're like, "Yo, where's the band going?" And we're like, "Yo, you did not realize that one, he was that connected, but two, like he was that willing to share and to give advice. Like, I mean, in a text um back and forth with him, and he would be willing to share information and kind of give you ideas and be positive about it stuff. Like, yeah, sometimes y'all would hear him say stuff. He'd be like, all right, can we do all that as an athletic program? And then it's like, yeah, we kind of can. We're just not. And it was really cool. Like it was just always around him was always present, pleasant. I said present, but it was always just like a really cool, chill vibe. And probably my best Kofi story was at the Florida Classic. And honestly, that's the last time I saw him. Florida Classic, game's over. We're in the press box and we're cleaning up. Like, so if you've never been anywhere with me, normally I clean up behind myself. Like the only place I recently didn't do it was at the Trop. And that's because I had some peanuts, and as soon as I started eating them, I was like, oh crap. I don't even know where to put all these peanut shells. And I was trying to run out with my friend and his kid. And as we're walking out, I'm like, crap, I didn't clean up behind myself. But normally I clean up behind myself. And so post game, we're cleaning up, and all of us that cover FAMU athletics, we're in the press box and we're talking and everything else. And we're like, all right, where's the post game gonna be at? Because like I've been to the Citrus Bowl before. I've done like other like school stuff there, but never as a member of the press. And so it's like, okay, this is where the locker rooms are. Cool. And so I'm one of the last ones down there. It's Kofi, Josh, and myself. And we're going down the elevator. And so all of a sudden, they're trying to rush us to the press area post game. And so in the middle of us rushing there, I'm just following Kofi and Josh. And then I followed them, and we end up on the field. And so I'm like, yo, we on the field. And Kofi's like, okay, come on, man. Like, and I was like, all right, cool. Like, he's like, dude, enjoy it. It's cool. And it was awesome. I got some awesome content. I got some awesome pictures, awesome video. And it was it was a great culmination to the season because I started the season with this team. Like this is my university, is my team. But I was there for the spring game. I was on the field when we were, hey, is Isaiah Land gonna stay? Is the transfer portal thing is happening? Yo, he didn't dress out, and now we're at the Florida Classic, and no, he doesn't dress out, but you know why? It's because of injuries and everything else. Xavier Smith has this great game, and we're all down there. And a lot of the reason I'm on the field is because I'm just following Kofi. And it was one of those things where Kofi's personality was always giving with me. Like we would bounce ideas. I'd bounce some ideas off him every once in a while, ask him about this, ask him about that, and sometimes try to glean some things off of him, and then ask, "Hey, what are you trying to do with the band or whatnot? Hey, I'd love to support." And he would share. He would tell you, and be like, "Hey, this is what I vision. This is kind of what I'm looking forward to doing." And it's one of those things where I said I kept listening to the Rattler Charge, and when at the beginning, Dr. Humphreys, and that's the Rattler Charge I listened to. I'm sorry, I'm one of them Rattlers, and he begins talking about dark clouds, thunder, and lightning, and it's okay, yeah. But then he gets to that part where he talks about faith and hope, and how it's kind of like you lose faith, but you keep going, and it just reminds me, and I'm a bit of a nerd, that the Rattlers will strike and strike and strike again, and that's the end, and then the crowd goes nuts, they pop. But one of the things that you do learn about rattlesnakes, if you ever kill one, you have to bury its head. Because even after a rattlesnake has been detached from its head, from its body, killed, it will continue to strike post mortem, meaning after it's died. And it still has venom and it can still kill. And I think one of the things that Kofi left us with was this why not FAMU mindset. Why was FAMU not an upper echelon program? And you go back, and full transparency, my wife is a UCF graduate. I go to UCF and it's a whole nother city. It's like it's not a part of Orlando. 70,000 students. And then you look, and this school's like 60 years old at the oldest. FAMU's over 100 years old. And you start looking like, man, why aren't we doing some of these things? Why can't we be more? Why can't we do more? And I think that's one of the things that's going to be a part of his legacy. It's not just though why can't we do or why aren't we doing it? It's what can we do to do it? And it's a challenge to us. And it's one of his favorite words is Rattler Nation. And he talked about how great Rattler Nation was and how we had won a basketball championship since 1978, but how we could be better. And I think those are some of the echoes that we're going to get from that Rattler in particular. What can we do to make FAMU better? And what can we do to make FAMU not settle? Because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm tired of some of the HBCUs having their own and just separating themselves. Because sometimes we do that and we're not competing. I just stated sometimes we need the exposure. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The HBCU combine is needed. That's a very much needed thing. But what I can't do, I can't say that this school should be in a basketball tournament. You had a less than 10 win season. Now I can say schools like Grambling, whatnot. Yeah. And it would be great to potentially have something for those kind of schools or expand the field to be able to include them. But at a certain point, we have to compete at the highest level and expect to do it because we are great. We are an exceptional university. FAMU is hard as hell to get into. Like, I'm sorry. A lot of us that got into FAMU would not get in now. Like, we make fun of these kids who can't get into FAM and go to Cookman. A lot of y'all be sitting up there screaming, "Let's go Wildcats," if you were held to today's standards. FAMU is one of the most difficult state schools to get into. It just is. When you look at our acceptance rates, check it out. It's pretty tough. It's done like that for a reason, but it's pretty tough to get into FAMU. FAMU can be more. We can be greater. Some of it is facilities. Kofi was right. Some of our problem is facilities. Kelvin's right. Some of the problem is the lack of a vision to build a designated sports area, to have a designated investment plan that is built for improving your athletics program. And God bless Brian, because Brian's got to moderate through all that. But it's one of those things where we need you as a fan base, as an alumni base. We need the alumni to continue to support, because I hear when some of y'all get mad at Tiffany Dawn Sykes, and you're mad because she's at this event and she's at that event, and you feel like she should be doing more. At certain points, she's got to support. Like, I mean, it's cool if she's in her room and she's just back there plugging away. But you know what? It makes the students feel like she cares when she's there. She's at every basketball game, courtside, win or lose. And homegirl was not leaving early. Like, she wasn't. We was getting mollywopped, and she was still over there clapping it up, cheering hard. Like, she cares. And so I'm gonna miss seeing that brother. That is somebody that I was looking forward to hanging out with, especially OBC. Group of us kind of made some plans, like, yo, let's try and get together, hang out, because Kofi was decent on the grill. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, Kofi was doing some burgers, and he was on the ones and twos that day. But it's just one of those things where it has you go back and look and realize the time is now, because time is fleeting. And if we want to be the best, we have to demand the best, because we just lost one of our voices of FAMU, not just a physical voice, because he was one of the voices for our football team, but someone that was an advocate for the university and willing to sit up there and joke right back with the best of them about, hey, okay, yeah, we lost, but I got these jokes right back for you. I ain't gonna take this line down. And I was glad to have met that brother and to share the space with him, and for him to welcome me, because I'll be honest, they could see me as competition and be like, nah, bro, you good. Opposed to saying, no, we family. We all work together. We try to build FAMU up. We try to lift FAMU up, and we try to make sure that we make it look like and sound like the place that it is, but also be critical when we don't like what is going on. So, that being stated, y'all, I know tomorrow Scotty is going to do his thing. So if you haven't checked out, tomorrow will be the last Afterglow show with Off Script. So check out Scotty Off Script. Also, he has shared the Cash App for the family there. I'm not gonna lie, I did donate. I sent 1887 because it's a special FAMU number. So, but if you feel so inclined, do donate to that family. Check out the Afterglow show tomorrow, Off Script. Scotty, he will be doing something and paying homage. Also, shout out to Vaughn Wilson. It's so weird to still call him Vaughn, but Vaughn Wilson did a great piece on Kofi and what he meant. And also, y'all keep them in prayer. Keep Kofi's family lifted up, as well as the ONG Strike Zone gentlemen, because they were friends. They actually broke bread together. They didn't just sit here behind this, excuse me, allergies. They didn't just sit behind this camera and talk about it. Pre-game, they were right in front of the stadium. All three of them right there, laughing, joking, talking, and sharing about their FAMU experiences and what they wanted FAMU to become. And that's special. And we're going to mourn and miss that. But at the same point, y'all, we have to continue to not just mourn and memorialize, but we have to also move. And when I say move, I'm not saying move on. I'm saying we have to move on the ideas and the actions that Rattler charged us with, because now we hear his echoes of what he said in the past. And he was always encouraging us to be the best. So that being stated, y'all, big shout out HBCU Digital Network. This is home. Herb Seward, the Black Techies. Check them out. Check out Herb's basketball space. We might have one more. I think the impromptu space is going to talk about HBCUs in the tournament. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Well, I'm gonna leave it there. I want us to be better. I'll say that. Also, big shout out to y'all for listening. And again, don't forget, if you can, keep that family lifted up. That was a Mighty Rattler and Man of God that they lost. As always, y'all, it's Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.